Every day the news is filled with violence. But is the world actually getting worse? Or does it just feel that way?
Wars, shootings, crime. What if I told you that the truth might surprise you? For most of human history, violence wasn't just common, it was a way of life. Think of ancient battles, brutal punishments, and wars that wiped out entire civilizations. Genghis Khan's empire alone was responsible for the deaths of nearly 40 million people. The Middle Ages, public executions were a form of entertainment. And the 20th century, 2 world wars, the Holocaust, atomic bombs, humanity has seen unthinkable levels of violence. But here's where things get interesting. Despite all this, something has been changing. Statistically, deaths from war and violence have actually been declining. So why does it feel like the world is more dangerous than ever? The answer? The media. Decades ago, most people only heard about violence in their own towns. Today, with 24-hour news and social media, we're constantly bombarded with crime, war, and tragedy, no matter where it happens. And our brains? They're wired to pay more attention to threats. The more violence we see, the more dangerous the world feels. Now, don't get me wrong, violence still exists. Wars are happening right now. Mass shootings and crime make headlines daily. But let's compare. In 1942, during World War II, nearly 3% of the world's population died in just 6 years. Today, even with modern conflicts, global war deaths are a fraction of what they once were. Homicide rates in many countries, they're actually lower than they were in the 1990s. Even terrorist attacks, though tragic, have declined since their peak in the early 2000s. So if violence is declining, why does it still exist? The truth is, violence is complex. It's driven by psychology, politics, and even technology. Economic inequality and corruption create instability. The internet fuels cyberbullying, misinformation, and extremism. And modern warfare is evolving. Drones and AI weapons may change the future of violence entirely. Despite everything, we're making progress. Research from experts like Steven Pinker suggests that we're actually living in the safest era in human history. Laws are stronger, human rights are more protected, medicine and education have saved millions of lives. And while no place is perfect, the data is clear. The world is getting less violent over time. But here's the question: do you feel safer? The world isn't perfect. Violence still exists. But maybe, just maybe, things aren't as bad as they seem. So, what do you think? Is the world getting more violent? Or is it just perception? Let me know in the comments below.